Hello, welcome to this video where all I've done very simply at the beginning here, we've got Minecraft, mobs and rectangle, so we've got our text and we've got that. It doesn't really matter necessarily to make it perfect at this point. The point being is that I would like to make a button that is going to, so we can select these two things and we're going to group them together, and there is our group one. To make a button, the first thing we're going to do is we need to make this into a component. So to do that, we're just going to add that, and then we've got both of those elements in there. This is going to be a button. And you'll notice that when I did that, it's a component main, and then we had the default state. So now what we can do is we can just go to we can do add and do a hover state here. And in the hover state, what we want to do is we want to just change like certain elements, right? So for instance, we could change the border of the rectangle, right? So we could go here, we could look in here, select the rectangle, and we could change the border to be, say, 30. Maybe not 30 actually, maybe more like 15. And we could change the fill color. Let's actually just go back into this bit, change the fill color to this guy. All right, now you'll notice one thing that's very important to notice when doing this is that I'm currently in the hover state, right? So if we go back here, if we go back to this one, you see the button. This button is in the hover state. So we have to press escape, and then we're going to see that, right? So what it means is when I click here, it doesn't appear to be working. If you click here, now it's working, right? So we've got animation with the border as well. Okay, so what do you want to do then? Well, we probably want to link that up to another slide, right? So the way we're going to do that is, actually, what did I call this one? So we can actually look and see what we called it, right? So we called this, so we're just going to change that. I'm going to call that page 1. And then I'm going to drag this over, probably be a bit bigger if I can actually see what it's even called. So what we can do is if we just hold down Alt key, we can drag it over to another area here. So we just move it next to it. Right, so this is going to be our second slide. So we're going to go back to our first slide here, and we're going to go back here. So in the hover state, we want this to be a button, right? So if we go to prototype now, you can see that this is a little arrow here. So what we can do is we can put this, and then we see when it goes like that, it means you're connecting it. So that means that when it's in the hover state and the button is clicked, it's going to go to this one. And we can prove that because we could, like, for instance, just go back into our design view, and then we could just select it and then delete that. So now you see, if we go here, let's have a look, see what happens. We're in the wrong slide at the moment. We want to go back here, and we want to make sure that we're in the standard view. So you can see there's like certain things you have to just remember. So yeah, we'll do that. Make sure we've got our button selected, and make sure we're in our default state. Now we're going to click on it, and there we go. We're into the second thingamajig. Right. Okay, so now we want to have some images, right? So basically, I've just got on my other monitor, I've just got some images, some ping images. I'm just going to drag them straight over into the program. So I'm going to just drag this pig over here, and there the pig has arrived. So you can see, and there's the name of the there's the name of the pig, and we can do some scaling on the pig or whatever we like there. And then we could do maybe is we could have a little text underneath, and this is going to say pig. And yeah, we could just press escape, and that lets you resize. And you can press escape and V, that lets you move. Right. So that's basically all there is to that. And then we could create like a pig group. So we could select both of these, and then we could do a Control G, and this can be our pig group. And then maybe we want to make that group into a component, right? So we can go back to this one and pick, and this can be, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Pig group it is. And what this means right now is if we click this button, repeat grid, we can get a multitude of extra pigs. And then we can go in different directions. You can see it's all labeled. So in theory, you could have multiple different fields here. You could have pig, you could have pink, you could have quadruped, whatever you want, right? And then you could specify that. So now the other thing as well, if you look here between, you can actually scale the difference between. So if you wanted to do it like that, you wanted to have it scaling, you can choose the distance. You can also press shift, by the way, to. No, shift doesn't work on this section. Shift, by the way, does work for the guides. See if I press shift, you can see we're going to 10. So shift works differently on different things. Okay, so what if we wanted to introduce, say, another creature? So we're going to put this cow in here. We're going to change this to cow. Then we're going to press escape once, twice, 3 times till we get to this stage. And then we're going to press ungroup grid, repeat grid. Let's see what's happened to it now. So you can see now we have this. And then we could, if we wanted to change these fields a little bit. Obviously, I haven't positioned the creatures perfectly in there, but you can see the sort of approach that we're going for. And obviously, if you had multiple things in there, you just want to do that. Anyway, that's just a short video, really. So thanks for watching.